Bitcoin slips below $25,000, Ether trades above $1,600. Voyager Binance.US $1 billion deal should be halted, US government says. Euler financed to offer $1 million reward as it reels from nearly $200 million exploit. Over 2 billion USDC stablecoin burned in single day, data shows. DOJ SEC to probe collapse of Silicon Valley Bank. Hello and welcome to 3.0 TV. I am Vishakha Thakur. Cryptocurrency markets pared some of the gains clocked in the previous session on the back of modest growth in the US inflation alongside banking sector's continued rebound from near disaster. Bitcoin surpassed the $26,500 mark momentarily but retreated to $24,600 level. Ruchi Sharma joins us to tell us how the global cryptocurrency market is performing today.
IC15 index of cryptocurrencies was trading up by 1% at 34,200 points. As per data from the block, around 723 million USDC were burnt in a single transaction, analysts said. However, over $2.2 billion worth of USD coin have been burnt since the start of this week as redemptions crossed $4 billion on 14th March. Moderation in the US inflation during February to 6% from January 6.4% ignited a rally in risky assets amid hopes the Federal Reserve would take a pause in rate hike. The consumer price index rose 0.4% last month after accelerating 0.5% in January, the Labor Department said. This lowered the year-on-year increase in the CPI to 6%, the smallest annual gain since September 2021. Some analysts are changing the narrative of Bitcoin, saying that the Bitcoin is now trading as an alternative currency as the Fed pivot narrative remains strong in the crypto community. It has stopped trading as a risk asset, they asserted. In another interesting news, Cathie Wood, CEO of ARK Invest, launched an attack on the US banking system targeting the recent collapse of multiple banks. She stated that the instability in the banking system even threatened stablecoins and the on-ramps to DeFi. Banks have been under pressure as traders navigate the fallout from Silicon Valley banks and Signature Bank's failures. Investors have been fearing that these issues could be widespread. However, a rally in bank shares led the broader market to sharp gains. In a recent news, with the US allowing depositors to withdraw their cash in full from crisis hit Silicon Valley banks, Indian startups have been able to withdraw funds worth $250 to $300 million in the past 24 hours. Stock futures fell as the regional banks continued their decline as fear lingers that the recent banking turmoil would spread to the broader sector. Future tied to the Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 345 points or 1.1%. While S&P 500 futures and Nasdaq 100 futures lost 1% and 0.9% respectively. Bitcoin was trading at $24,650, up 1%. Bitcoin, the most popular cryptocurrency, scaled above the $26,500 mark for the first time in 9 months before losing some of its gains. At one point, BTC had risen by double digits for a second consecutive day. Ethereum, the second largest crypto, was up by 0.8%, trading at $1,693. BNB was up by 1.2% to trade at $310. Solana SOL was up 3% and was trading at $20.8. Avalanche AVAX was trading at $17, higher 3%. Polygon Matic was trading up by 3.5% to trade at $1.2. Doge, the popular meme coin, was trading up by 2.7% at $0.074. Shiba Inu was trading up by 1%. Ripple's XRP token traded at $0.37, up by 0.3%. Polkadot was up by 2.2% to trade at $6.3. However, Cardano's ADA token was down by 1% to trade at $0.34.
Thank you, Ruchi, for your in-depth analysis of the global cryptocurrency market. And now back to the headlines. The $1 billion deal offered by Binance.US to buy assets of bankrupt crypto lender Voyager should be put on hold while key legal objections are ironed out, the US government said in a filing on Tuesday. The move follows an appeal by the US trustee, a branch of the Department of Justice responsible for bankruptcy cases, which has concerns the deal would effectively absolve Voyager and its staff from breaches of tax or securities law. The court cannot tell the government to speak now or forever hold its peace before Voyager and Binance.us, read the filing by US Attorney Damian Williams said. Nothing in the bankruptcy code permits courts to exculpate parties from liability to the government for past and future conduct. Williams said approval of the deal should be put on hold, or at least those parts which limit the government's ability to enforce the law until appeals are dealt with in higher courts. Decentralized lending protocol Euler Finance will offer a $1 million reward for information about the attackers behind its nearly $200 million exploit that occurred on Monday. In on-chain messages sent from Euler's deployer contracts, developers said, "Following up on our message from yesterday, if 90% of the funds are not returned within 24 hours, tomorrow we will launch a $1 million reward for information that leads to your arrest and the return of all funds." The lending protocol suffered an exploit on Monday that resulted in almost $200 million being lost over 4 transactions in DAI, wrapped Bitcoin, staked Ether, and USDC. The attacker used a flash loan to conduct the attack by temporarily tricking the protocol into falsely assuming it held various varying amounts of E token and D token. Euler's native EUL token continued sliding for the second day, falling 16% in the past 24 hours. CoinGecko data shows. Over $2.2 billion worth of USD coin was burnt since the start of the week, as redemptions crossed $4 billion on Tuesday night. Some 723 million USDC were burnt in a single transaction in early Asian hours on Wednesday, as per Arkham intelligence data. Data further shows several other USDC burns took place over multiple separate transactions, ranging from $300 million to $600 million. This brought the total burnt value of USDC to over $2.2 billion in a little over a single day. Burns refer to effectively taking tokens out of circulating supply by sending them to an address that's not controlled by any entity. The USDC burns followed a likely reduction in reserve banking or redemptions. Meanwhile, net redemptions of USDC crossed the $4 billion mark on Tuesday. And this came as Issuer Circle said over the weekend it would process all transactions and honor redemptions. The United States Justice Department and the Securities Exchange Commission have reportedly launched inquiries into the sudden collapse of Silicon Valley Bank, which was shuttered by the regulators last week amid a historic bank run. According to people familiar with the matter, the probes will look into events that led to the bank's collapse, along with the stock sales that SVB financial officers undertook in the weeks leading up to the closure. Securities filings show the bank's CEO, Greg Becker, and Chief Financial Officer, Daniel Beck, sold shares 2 weeks before the bank's failure, sparking outrage from some observers. Becker sold $3.6 million worth of shares on February 27, while Beck sold $575,180 in stocks that same day, according to Newsweek. In total, SVB executives and directors cashed out $84 million worth of stock over the past 2 years, CNBC reported. And now let's get an update on the 3 buzzing stocks of the day.
Following the chaos caused by the depegging of Circle's USDC, the second largest stablecoin by market capitalization, LQTY, the native token for decentralized borrowing protocol liquidity, has gained massive interest. Furthermore, LQTY has increased nearly 500% since the beginning of the year and is currently trading at around $3.33. The most recent price movement occurred after investors rejected Circle's USDC stablecoin. The dollar-pegged crypto's loss has been a win for Liquidity, a decentralized platform for taking out loans denominated in protocol's primary token LUSD. Liquidity's LUSD clearly managed to take center stage during the USDC depeg panic, and that's likely caused some investors to take a second look at LQTY. Data from Nansen shows a 10% jump in wallets holding the LUSD stablecoin since March 6, indicative of a new stablecoin narrative following the depegging of USDC. With a total value logged of $683 million, according to data aggregator DeFi Llama, liquidity has generated $30 million in lifetime revenue. LQTY was trading at $3.14, up 3.05% in the last 24 hours, with the market capitalization of $2 billion. Satoshi Kusama, the leader of Shiba Inu, has praised the progress made in developing a gaming guild project for the Shibarium network. The Shiba Inu Gaming Guild is one of the projects that the PowZone team plans to launch on Shibarium. Kusama mentioned that the concept of a gaming guild was one of the first ideas he had for the Shibarium network. He also praised the development team for their dedication to seeing the project through to completion. An extensive article detailing PowZone's project was published on the Shib Army media outlet prior to the AMA session. PowZone is looking to build a series of projects for Shibarium to provide utilities for the Shiba Inu ecosystem. Two of the most notable projects are the Pawzar NFT marketplace and the Shiba Inu Gaming Guild. Shiba's price increased following the development. It was trading 3.06% in the last 24 hours with a market capitalization of $6 billion. Artificial intelligence-based tokens are surging following OpenAI's announcement of the GPT-4, the fourth generation of OpenAI's large-scale language model, on Tuesday. Singularity NET has announced the release of the Rejuve utility token. The token is the driving force behind the Rejuve.ai initiative, which seeks to accelerate progress towards health span extension. Singularity NET, a platform that allows users to create AI services, has seen its token AGIX USD rise 45% in the last 24 hours to $0.55. The project's goal is to improve human health span and lifespan by collecting data from millions of people around the world and applying AI tools and methods to make longevity research available anywhere. AGIX is outperforming both Bitcoin BTC USD and Ethereum ETH USD gains. AGIX was trading at $0.545, up 43.91% in the last 24 hours, with a market capitalization of $6 million.
Well, that's all in today's special bulletin. This is me, Vishakha Thakur, signing off. For more such updates, please like, share and subscribe to 3.0 TV.